All right, hello everybody, welcome back. We have another Emma VOD to review, Gold. So, let's see. We have an Emma main. They said, is this an unwinnable game? My hurting points have using cover efficiently and the push and pull of tanking. Trying to work this out, I've noticed it made me passive and give up space easier than I should. I had a sense this game was a disaster and I'd like to know if my lack of commitment and my mistakes ruin our chances of winning. And mine of improving, or if I should write it off as a matchmaking hiccup. Of course, and no worries, I love reviewing Emma's. Emma's one of my favorite characters. Also, what's up, Gia? Oh my chat's messing up. Oh yeah, I like that where our head's at. I think understanding the push and pull of tank is really important. It's very important, and when we're thinking about that, it's really easy to go too far one way or the other, like just giving it up. I think Emma is a great way to break out of this, personally, because she's so powerful and you can like push forward so hard. So let's see what we can do. Let me catch up on chat for a sec. Hey, that's me. I'm watching Mewtwo. Oh, nice. Let's go. Most Gambit players just need to unbind their heart deck. Yeah. It was the Angela one you reviewed. I got upset. Yeah, I remember that one. Churro, I say, hi Gia. Skill issue, what for real? I'm trying not to use some of her break. Hi Jake. I love the glitchy VOD viewer. Yeah. All right, let's see. Here we go. So who's on your team? Emma, Thor, very strong front line. Thor is pretty good right now. He's going to be doing some stuff. We'll see how he's playing. For your DPS, we have Star-Lord, Bucky, very strong frontline support. Star-Lord can help a little. No real need to peel, so I think we're looking good already. Then our supports, we have Luna, Invis, very good team. Looks great. Nothing to, you know, really consider. So let's go. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I don't like that as much, but it's okay. Alright, so I'm noticing some stuff already. I feel like we're not very comfortable on Emma. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go break it down real quick of like how Emma works. Alright, so let's see. So first of all, our shield, right? So our shield is not like a strange shield. It has half the health and it has like half the size. It's a small shield. So you don't want to use it to like absorb a ton of stuff. Instead, you want to use it for specific purposes. So one purpose you can use it for is actually taking space. So if you're right here, right, you could push your shield all the way up to here. And as you're pushing it, you're walking forward to claim to here. It's going to break. It's going to eat all that 400 damage instead of you. And then you'll be right here without a shield. And then you wait for it to charge back up, right? So that's one really good way of using shield, is to take up that space. The next way to use it is to actually cut off healing from enemy teammates. I haven't seen a situation yet, but let's just say, for argument's sake, let's say the Strange is actually playing right here, right? If the Strange is right here, you can push the shield, the Emma shield, all the way up to here, and then that cuts the Strange off from the supports. So that's a more aggressive way to use this. Give me one sec. I'm getting a lot of Discord notifications, and I need to stop that for a second. There we go. All right. So yeah, we put the shield up here in order to cut it off. So that's how we use shield. I definitely don't want to see us using shield just to hold like a corner like this, because all this really does is it's just going to break it, and then we don't have it for other things. This is just not how Emma plays. So I prefer if you use this corner when you need health. And then you pop in and out, right? The next thing I want to talk about is her primary fire. So Emma's primary fire is not crazy long, but it is decent enough, right? So it's from here to here. So we have this distance. So this is Emma's effective range. So really you want the enemies to be about here, so you have a little bit of space if they walk forward or back. On this map, I usually find that this corner is not good enough. So I'm going to try, like I said earlier, to use my shield and like get to a spot where it's here, right? The next thing I want to see is I want to get this primary fire to 100 as fast as possible, and I want to keep it there. So right away when we talked, when you sent in your request, you said that you're giving up space, right? Let's see. It's making you passive and you're giving up space. So the way that Emma holds space is not with the shield, and it's not with like, you know, it's not with shields, it's not with bubbles, it's not with defense. It's all with her attack. It's all offensive with Emma. So the way that you do that is you get your primary fire to 100 charge, you keep it there, and you force people back. Okay, so here we're playing a little bit too far back to where we can't do it. We're already reloaded, right? So we reload twice. Instead, I'd have you here, and I just beam down tanks. Just beam them down. So you start beaming down tanks. Then once you hit 100, then you can actually like push forward, and then you can start targeting these people back here, and they will just melt. So until we can get that down, we're just like not gonna have a presence as Emma, and then these tanks, they're not gonna respect you because they don't have to, right? So the next ability we're gonna talk about, your default is E. I usually refer to it as E because that's what I'm used to, but it's the crystal. You need to be using the crystal on cooldown. It does so much damage. So you use the crystal and then you try to line up the person that you crystalled and the crystal. So you do damage to the crystal and them, right? If you pierce both. And then when the crystal breaks, it does big burst damage on top of that. So you charge your beam faster and you do more damage and you're even more threatening. So all of that. And then once you combine all of that together, now you get a character that just steamrolls. And we haven't even talked about Diamond Form yet, right? Constant reload is a support habit. That makes sense. Yeah, we got to cut that out. So again, here, we use our shield in the wrong situation. If we're taking too much damage, we just take cover a little bit. And then we want to peek in and out to where we keep our 100 charge. But we don't want to default to our shield. I can work on it. You got it. It's just a simple thing. You got it. So let's find a corner to anchor down in. And let's start getting our charge. We don't want to anchor on our shield. We already talked about that. Yeah. We just have no pressure, no presence, because we're not getting it. Okay, now we're going to anchor on a corner. Anchor on a corner. Yeah. So this is exactly, this is just like proves my point, right? This just proves my point perfectly. We try to anchor on the shield just breaks and we just die. Whereas if we're anchoring on the corner here, this will never break, right? Unless we're by a breakable wall. In that case, we wouldn't do that. This will never break. So definitely we don't want to use the shield here. So I've already gone over that enough. Let's try to find some other mistakes we can work on. Also, yeah. So far, I haven't seen your team doing anything like too egregious. And I haven't seen their team doing anything like crazy bad or crazy good. Okay. This is unfortunate. Now we're out of time. Just go ahead and die. Mag is strong as ever. Not sure if that's scary. Who's the scariest tank? I will have that's tough. For that. It depends who's asking who's scariest, right? Emma's scary to everybody. Thor can be pretty scary. Oh, I play Emma like Strange? Yeah, Emma. That's probably where all of your stuff comes from, right? Like, we don't play a Emma like Strange. Mag can be scary. Strange can be scary in the right hands. Okay. Okay, so we're definitely... The next thing I want to talk about, we've talked about, like, the abilities, right? Now, let's talk about positioning. In a different scenario, we need to find our team. I feel like we're so lost right now. Emma is the anchor tank, and she usually demands, like, okay, my team is going here. Earlier, like the example I gave earlier, we're starting here. Now we're moving to here. now we're moving to here, like, and your team will coalesce around you if you're a powerful Emma, like just by default. Since we're respawning, the same is kind of true, but you have to like go up there, right? We have to go and find the spot. So right here, since we're our team is already on point, personally I'd probably just reset here, but since our Thor is ulting, we have people in, just W key right in, right? I'd go W key. I have an invis here. I'm gonna find my anchor point here. How is Emma's health nerf affected here? Not too much. I think it just tames her like a tiny bit. Like she can't be as aggressive. Okay, now our team is dead. Just die. We don't wanna stagger any longer. Yeah, this is what, yeah. So we make it out here because it's bad, but honestly, I'd prefer you just die. Like, dying with your team on point is better than, like, dying 10 seconds later. By a significant amount. Wow, that invis saved your butt. Okay, find a corner and anchor. Good, start doing damage, but by the cover, by the cover. That's risky. That was a very risky ult. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. We're doing cover. We use their crystal. We're getting charged. This is good. This is great. And now watch how much more effective you are. Okay, diamond form, that's decent. I would have preferred not. Now we're out of cover. But now we lose all our charge. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, a lot of fundamentals. A lot of fundamentals we gotta work on. Like knowing our abilities and then working on our tracking.
You guide me.
Probably, I don't know this if you play strange, but you get to choose the terms of the fight as an anchor take, location timing. Yeah, definitely. I saw Emma mains complaining about how bad it feels online, but people complain about every change, so yeah, that one. As far as like what it actually does, it makes Emma slightly less aggressive. But she does so much damage that it doesn't matter as much. Yeah, we haven't talked about Diamond Form yet because I haven't seen you use it. Diamond Form is great, but not to use offensively. She does more damage with her primary fire than she does with Diamond Form. Diamond Form, you only really want to help. You want to use this to cancel out CC abilities. So like, I don't know, the easy one is like Jeff ult, right? If you go in Diamond Form, Jeff doesn't, you know, swallow you up. You could use it for like Strange ult. Stuff like that, and then we can use it to like cancel, or we can use it to live. There is a higher level strat of like getting a tank that's out of position, grabbing them, and then kicking them into your team. I think that can work. I don't think it's worth it for the most part. I don't think it's worth it right now. I would prefer to just use that as a defensive ult, and then later, once you're really confident with your steamroll of like your primary fire and your crystal and how to shield and like anchor, then we can start thinking about how to use Diamond Form aggressively, right? Because if the way Diamond Form works, you have to know where you're anchoring and where the enemy tank can't actually stand and they'll die in order to actually make the play worth it. Yeah, we're reloading so much. The reason they can walk over you is because you're not doing enough damage to them. Honestly, it might be better. It might be, you might get more out of it if we actually just go like play Emma and you get to see. So have you watched any, since you're in chat, and I know we're on YouTube, I believe you're on the YouTube, app instead, which is the delay because I'm a small streamer is like really long. So I apologize for that, but we can go look. I'll jump in practice range to start with. Have you watched any like decently high level Emmas or anything like that? You can go watch like number ones. You can even just go find like a random plat or diamond GM, something like that. But I'm gonna go in practice range, and like this you'll get so much value out of this if we start every day by doing this. Before you play, do it for like 5 minutes. Aim practice, I do Luna Snow because she's always relevant. I usually do advanced combat, but for you I'd start with random. You could start on quick. I do super fast, so start on quick and then maybe work your way up. 120 seconds. And here we go. I've seen Flats, Boger, and TTK. Okay. So yeah, then you really need to just work on this. And I just focus on tracking. Track one target and just stick with it. And then let Emma reload on her own and be really conscious about it, so we get rid of that habit of just reloading every 5 seconds, right? And if we notice, you'll see it was pretty slow to kill a Luna. Now that I have 100 charge, this is extremely fast. It goes so quick. It's insane. And I'm not even throwing out E, right? Let's see. So now when I throw out E, I haven't played so bad. And like you just start melting people. And this is the power of Emma. It's all in her primary fire. Once you can do this consistently, you'll get so much value.
You deserved that, dear.
I'm mostly reloading early on Emma if I don't get to do damage or shoot out a crystal. Yeah. Luna also has the speed skate passive that makes her move a lot more unpredictably. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this VOD review. Thank you so much for submitting it. If you guys finished the YouTube video and you're here, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps me out. And take care. God bless. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.